Hi everyone, Mr. Janssen here. Today we are going to be working on your 5-note scale on the flute. Now a scale is a really great warm-up to help warm up your air, your tone, your fingers, and to help mentally prepare yourself for a great practice or rehearsal routine. Now your 5-note scale incorporates the first 5 notes of your B-flat concert major scale. On the flute, those notes are as follows: B-flat with thumb, red, green, and pinky. C with just red and pinky, D with thumb, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple, E flat with thumb, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and pinky, and the note F with thumb, red, orange, yellow, green, and pinky. We are going to begin today by playing our 5-note scale on whole notes. Recall for a moment, how many beats do whole notes get each? If you answered 4, then you are correct. Whole notes get 4 beats each. Now I have a device here called a metronome. A metronome beats steady time so that we can play in tempo. I am going to set our metronome at a certain BPM, or beats per minute. In this case, we are going to set our metronome to 90 beats per minute. Now if you have a metronome at home, that's great. I highly suggest that you use one. If you don't, that's okay. There are numerous free apps that you can download from the App Store, or you can Google the word metronome and one pops up on the Google website. I'm going to count you off in the following way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, breathe, and play. Remember to take a nice big breath because we're going to be playing long notes. Whole notes get 4 beats each. And also, it's okay to breathe in between notes when you're playing the flute. Let's give it a try. We are going to play our 5-note scale starting on B flat on whole notes with our metronome set at 90 beats per minute. One, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. How'd you do? Take a moment to assess your playing, and here are some notes. Make sure that you are sitting with good posture. That means your feet flat on the floor, your butt is on the edge of the seat, your back is nice and tall, and your flute is up to your face, almost parallel to the floor. Make sure that you are taking nice deep sips of air as you are playing this and breathing in between notes. Also, take a moment to review your fingerings, as that is the most important part of your success playing the 5-note scale. Let's try playing our 5-note scale one more time on whole notes with our metronome set at 90 BPM. What does BPM stand for? If you answered beats per minute, then you are correct. Let's give it a try. One, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Assess your playing again. If you need more time working on your 5-note scale on whole notes, feel free to rewind the video and play along with me again, or to pause the video. If you choose to pause the video, make sure that you pause it with me making this face. Next, we will move on to playing our 5-note scale on half notes. Now recall for a moment, how many beats do half notes get? If you answered 2 beats each, then you're correct. Half notes get 2 beats each. Now because that's going to be a little bit faster, we're going to adjust our metronome down, meaning slower, to make sure that we can play each one of those half notes in proper time. I'm going to adjust my metronome down to 80 BPM or beats per minute so that we can play a little bit slower on half notes. Let's give it a try. Let's play our 5-note scale on half notes at 80 beats per minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Assess your playing again. You may have noticed because the notes are shorter, 2 beats each, you could play more than one note before having to take a breath. If you still need to take a breath in between notes, that's totally fine. Just make sure that you are taking a nice deep breath in through your mouth. Now that might have been too fast for you. If that's the case, I highly suggest that you adjust your metronome BPM down. For example, I am going to move my metronome BPM down to 75 beats per minute so that we can play our half note, 5-note scale a little bit slower. Let's give that a try. One, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Continue to assess your playing as you are practicing and give yourself feedback, as that's the best way to grow. Now, if you're really getting good at half notes and whole notes, it's time for a challenge. Let's play our 5-note scale as quarter notes. Recall for a moment, how many beats do quarter notes get each? If you answered 1 beat each, then you're correct. Quarter notes each get 1 beat. Let's play our 5-note scale on quarter notes, still with our metronome set at 75 beats per minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Let's try that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. If you're still struggling with that, that's totally fine. Take a moment, maybe adjust your metronome to a slower pace, and take a moment to review your fingerings. It's okay to struggle with quarter notes. Just make sure that you're doing the proper fingering as slow as you need to. Continue to practice your 5-note scale on whole notes, half notes, and quarter notes. Happy practicing!